Imagine this, a country so beautiful, its landscapes look like they're straight out of a postcard. Yet, there's a surprising twist beneath the surface. Women are being imported to this country, no, not for work or business, but for the most personal thing of all, to find a life partner. Welcome to Montenegro, a gem in the Balkans, where men outnumber women, and marriage is a cross-border affair that's reshaping the country's very fabric. Stick with me as we explore the fascinating dynamics of this tiny nation, where women's role is pivotal in balancing the social structure. Nestled between Croatia and Albania, Montenegro is a country of rugged beauty, rising mountains, crystal-clear rivers, and a stunning stretch of Adriatic coastline. The country is home to UNESCO World Heritage Sites like the ancient town of Kotor, along with quaint villages that have remained virtually untouched by modern life. But beyond the captivating scenery, Montenegro is experiencing a quiet but undeniable change. Montenegro has always been a land of contrasts, where old meets new, and traditions are still deeply ingrained in daily life. Yet, its shrinking population poses a significant issue, especially in rural areas where the gender gap is becoming more pronounced. The simple reality is that there just aren't enough women to go around. 1. The population imbalance. Montenegro's gender imbalance didn't appear overnight. This issue is largely due to a combination of historical emigration patterns, cultural shifts, and changing social dynamics. After the breakup of Yugoslavia in the 1990s, many young women left the country in search of better education and career prospects abroad. Over the years, many of these women never returned, leaving behind a predominantly male population, particularly in smaller towns and villages. Today, there are significantly more men than women, especially in rural areas where traditional family structures are most important. For example, in the capital city, Podgorica, the ratio is more balanced. However, in the mountains and coastal villages, men often find themselves struggling to find partners locally, leading to a rise in cross-border marriages. 2. The marriage phenomenon. In many Montenegrin families, the idea of importing brides has become a practical solution to a demographic dilemma. It's not about exploitation, it's about cultural survival. Men, particularly in rural regions, have historically looked to neighboring countries such as Serbia, Albania, and even Ukraine for brides. In these regions, the marriage market is different. Women are more likely to stay in their hometowns, which helps keep the local communities alive. The process of bringing in a foreign bride is often seen as a way to preserve family traditions, land ownership, and ultimately, the rural way of life. These marriages are sometimes arranged by families, who see them as a mutually beneficial arrangement. The man gains a wife who can help with the household and children, while the woman gets the opportunity to live in a stable environment and experience a different lifestyle. 3. The women's perspective. From the perspective of the women who choose to marry Montenegrin men, the situation is complex. For many, this is an opportunity for a better life. Women from countries like Albania or Serbia may struggle to find work or opportunities in their hometowns. Coming to Montenegro offers them a fresh start, where they can settle into a family, learn new customs, and build a future. However, the transition isn't always easy. These women often face language barriers, a shift in social norms, and the challenge of adapting to a rural lifestyle. Some may struggle to fit in, especially in tight-knit communities where outsiders are viewed with suspicion. The pressure to adapt can be overwhelming, but many of these women find that their sacrifices are worth it in the long run. 4. The men's perspective. For the men of Montenegro, particularly those in rural areas, the situation is also complicated. Historically, Montenegrins have been known for their strong family bonds, and there is a cultural expectation to marry and raise children. With fewer women available locally, many men have turned to neighboring countries in search of brides who can help them sustain their families. Interestingly, these men often do not view these arranged marriages as desperate. Rather, they see them as a necessary solution to an ongoing demographic problem. For them, the idea of marrying a foreign woman is not only about companionship but also about ensuring that the next generation is raised within the cultural traditions that have been passed down for generations. 5. Cultural insights. Montenegro's traditions and hospitality. Montenegro's culture is deeply rooted in tradition, with family and community being at the heart of society. This hospitality is central to the Montenegrin way of life, and it is not uncommon for outsiders, especially those who marry into families, to be welcomed with open arms. In fact, weddings here are massive, celebratory events that involve entire communities, with traditional music, dance, and local delicacies. Newcomers to Montenegro are expected to learn the customs and language, which can take time. Many of the women who marry into Montenegrin families become active participants in these traditions, contributing to a beautiful fusion of cultures. The savapi, persut, and burek become staples of the diet, and the rhythms of the kolo, traditional dance, echo at every family gathering. 6. Tourism meets tradition. Interestingly, the unique demographic trends in Montenegro have also piqued the interest of tourists. Montenegro's pristine natural beauty and fascinating mix of Eastern and Western cultures make it an ideal destination for those seeking an authentic European experience. Tourists are drawn to the country's historical significance, beautiful beaches, and incredible hiking trails, but many are also curious about the social dynamics that make this country so different from other European destinations. Montenegro's population imbalance has become a topic of conversation among travelers, who are eager to understand how this phenomenon impacts the country on a deeper level. 7. The role of women in Montenegro's future. Despite the challenges faced by women who marry into Montenegrin families, many are rising above expectations and contributing to the country's economic growth. Women, both local and foreign, are becoming more involved in politics, business, and education. In recent years, Montenegro has seen a shift toward greater gender equality, with women taking on leadership roles in various sectors. For example, the country's first female president, Jelena Pavicevic, has become a symbol of progress, proving that women can achieve great things in Montenegro despite the country's traditionally patriarchal roots. 8. Why Montenegro should be on your travel list. So, why should you consider visiting Montenegro? The answer is simple. It's a place unlike any other. Whether you're exploring the walled city of Kotor, taking a boat ride on the Bay of Boka, or hiking through the majestic Durmitor National Park, there's something here for everyone. Montenegro's mix of stunning natural landscapes, rich cultural heritage, and fascinating social dynamics make it a must-see destination for curious travelers. But beyond the beauty and history, it's the people who make Montenegro truly special. The warmth and hospitality of Montenegrins, whether they're inviting you into their homes or sharing a meal, is what sets this country apart. 9. Key takeaways for travelers. Before you go, here are a few things to keep in mind. Plan your trip during the off-season to experience the serenity and beauty of Montenegro without the crowds. Get to know the locals. Montenegro's rich culture is best experienced through its people. Explore rural areas. Venture beyond the coastal cities to witness how Montenegro's unique population dynamics are impacting rural communities. Montenegro's story of imported women isn't just a curiosity, it's a reflection of how a small country is evolving, both socially and culturally. It's a country that continues to honor its past while welcoming new perspectives and traditions. Thanks for watching. If you found this video insightful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more fascinating travel stories and tips. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. Got any questions or thoughts about Montenegro? Drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. See you in the next video.